name is Tina Zeman, and I'm here with Pam today. We're going to learn a little bit more about Pam. Pam?
Hi, I'm Pam, and this is my session with Tina.
Thank you so much, Pam, for taking the time to be with us and to share yourself with all our viewers today.
It's good to be here.
Great. Pam, what can you please explain or share some stuff about who you are with our viewers?
I have fetal alcohol syndrome, and sometimes my brain thinks differently, is different from everybody else's. My birth mother was sick, and she did not feel well, so I was sick as a baby, and that's how I got fetal alcohol syndrome.
And Pam, what about fetal alcohol syndrome? Were there challenges growing up in school, at home?
I was in a school that didn't really accept me, that I didn't feel like I belonged. Like, people would tell me I didn't belong there, and I'd feel so like depressed because I couldn't do anything about it, and people would bully me, and I'd feel so bad and sad.
What about now as an adult? Do you feel that you've grown and made changes?
I feel like I've made a humongous amount of growth. I feel like I've grown a lot. I've watched myself grow up from child to adult, and I'm proud of the person I've become.
What are some of those things that you've seen yourself change with?
I've seen myself change in my behavior. My behavior is so much different. And I'm grown up, and I realize I can't make this choice. You got to make that choice. And if you're making these choices, then you won't be able to move on. You won't have your own apartment. You won't get this. You won't get that. This learning is fun for me to learn.
Pam, what else is there that you would like to share with us that makes you unique?
I have schizophrenia, which is a problem in the nearby brain. It's not a tumor, but it's like you have problems thinking straight, and you can't think straight. It's like you haven't slept for 3 days or for several days, and you're acting not right. That's what it's like.
What are some ways people can support you when you're struggling with those times of episodes, those moments?
They could maybe, I don't know, give me my space and not judge.
Is it helpful when people speak with you to use that, like a kind and in a certain kind of tone?
Yeah, and not like yelling at me that I'm like, oh, well, I don't really feel good now.
Pam, as a person who identifies as neurodiverse and someone that has a unique brain, what are the things that you like to do in a creative manner?
I like anime, and I'm an anime drawer, so I draw a lot of anime. I even have books on anime and stuff. I have some books on anime and some books on Pokemon and different stuff. Digimon was my favorite for a little while. I like their little music about singing about Digimon and other monsters and stuff.
I believe you're a writer too, is that correct?
I am a writer. I did create a couple characters.
What are some of the things that you have for personal goals?
I kind of want to live by myself, sort of, and maybe cook a little more better so I don't have poison myself or something.
Learning how to be a better cook and eating well?
Yeah, eating well, cooking healthy.
What are some other goals? I know that there's some goals you have with possibly working in the community at some point.
I would love to work in the community with all those beautiful people, because sometimes I feel like I belong in a shelter with animals, and they could be my friends, and they could give me hugs and licks, and we could hang out together, and we could roll in the grass.
So you would love to work with animals or children, I think you've shared with me in the past?
Children like ages 1 to 2 or something.
Yeah, that's a good age. They're a lot of fun, right?
I could pretend with them and say, "Hey, what are you supposed to be doing?"
I understand that this past year, it's probably about a year ago, you got a certification. You want to share about that?
Some sort of certification CPR,
And first aid, right?
first aid.
That's
I
great.
have first aid, but like people don't want to believe me when I say I have first aid.
I saw you get in your class, actually. I saw you get your certification. So I'm a witness that you are certified in CPR and first aid.
Yeah, that's a good accomplishment.
You had mentioned to me about one of your goals is just you just simply want to live your life. You want to have relationships. You want to talk a little bit about that?
I want to have relationships, but I want to have healthy relationships. I don't want mine to be volatile or inappropriate or anything. I just want to have a normal life and a normal responsibility.
You want some real grounded expectations and relationships. That's a great goal to have.
Yeah. I don't want people like saying that I can't do it when I know I can do it. And that's another thing that I did. That's kind of like when you have disabilities, people look at you and they say, you never do anything, you never add up to anything. And it makes they're not positive towards you. So you move away from those people and you go to the positive people. Because the positive people matter, the negative people don't matter. They're important, but they don't matter at that moment when you're trying to reach your goal. They're holding you back.
Well said, Pam. Bravo. I love it. Do you want to share anything about your family? You are in an adoptive family. You want to talk a little bit about that?
I'm in an adoptive family, and my family is really unique. I was adopted when I was a baby because my birth mother, she was unable to take care of me. So when people look at me and look at my parents, they say, why don't you look like your sister? Why don't you look like your mom? And I'm afraid to tell them I'm adopted. I don't know what to say.
Do you feel that you still struggle with people questioning that as an adult?
Not as much when I was little. One time I actually was like mad. I was like, hey, I'm not doing that.
It's important to share that your adoptive family is very supportive, right?
Yeah. My mom always tells me I'm perfect and beautiful the way I am.
Yeah, and you are. You're a wonderful, wonderful Pam.
Wonder Woman.
Well, Pam, I really appreciate you taking the time and the energy and your openness to share with everyone today. It was a pleasure to have you here.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
All right, take care of everyone. Bye.
Bye.